Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'll be sharing with you a requested tutorial from my group on how to cut this stylish dress with side gathers. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. So let's dive right into today's video. So to start, here is my pattern paper, and I've gone ahead to mark out my basic measurement, which includes my shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waistline, 7 inches to get my hip point. If you're a taller person, go ahead to use 8 inches. So after marking this, I'll use the length of this pattern paper as the full length of the dress. Now you want to go ahead and mark your shoulder divided by 2, and you go ahead to mark. After you're done marking at that point, so next I'll mark my shoulder divided by 2 at the upper part of my pattern, and I'll go ahead and mark a basic neckline of 3 by 2.5 inches because the neckline is a bit high. Next, you want to go in with your ruler and you're going to connect. So the neckline there is not really roundish. I'm just going to use my pencil to readjust it. So sorry, the upper part of this video is not showing clearly. I didn't know that that part was not showing when I was actually recording. So after I'm done drawing it out like a curved square neckline or whatever you call it, I'll go down by 1 inch and connect my shoulder slope. Next is to find your chest line or your armhole, which is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. What I have is 7. I'll mark and I will draw out a straight line at this point. The next step you want to take is to mark what you have on the shoulder at this point, and my shoulder is 14 divided by 2. I have 7. Connect that point all the way to the shoulder point. Now I'm going to be dividing this part into 2. I'll go ahead, place my tape at this point, fold it into 2, and I will mark. After I'm done marking, I'll come out by ½ inch at this point, and after I'm done marking at that point, I'll go ahead to mark my bust circumference divided by 4 as my armhole or chest line. My bust is 33 divided by 4. I have 8.3, approximately 8.3, and I'll mark. After I'm done marking at this point, I'll go ahead to place my curve drill, and I will connect from this point to the ½ inch we came in at the armhole and to the upper part of the shoulder. After I'm done marking this, I'll go in with my marker and I'll use this to outline this part of my dress. So next, we want to head over to the lower part, and the next thing you're going to do is to insert your dart. I'll mark my nipple to nipple divided by 2 at the under bust at the waist, and from the waistline I'll come down by 4 inches. So now you want to place your ruler connecting to that 4 inches line, your waist, and to your under bust. So I forgot to also extend my dart to the upper part, which I'll go ahead to do. So next, before doing that, I'll go ahead to mark ½ inch on both sides of my waistline. So then mark back my nipple to nipple line, and I will connect it to the under bust. From that point, I'll come down by 1 inch to mark my dart, and I'll go ahead to connect it to the ½ inch I have at the waistline of the pattern. Go ahead to also repeat this at the other side of your pattern, and you're going to connect. From that point, I'll connect it all the way to the 4 inches dart. So you can also go ahead and use a 6 inches dart on this part of the dress. So after I'm done connecting, this is what I have. I'll go in with my marker to mark this to make it more visible for you to see. So after I'm done marking this, the next step I'm going to take is to go ahead and insert my body measurement. I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4. So there's no dart on this point. I'll just go ahead to insert my sewing allowance. Mark my waist circumference divided by 4. Measure this dart intake that I have here, replace it, and add my sewing allowance. Mark my waist circumference divided by 4. Measure this dart intake I have here, replace it, and add my sewing allowance. Now, at the hip point, you're going to go ahead to mark your hip circumference divided by 4. My hip is 40 divided by 4. I have 10. Go ahead to add your sewing allowance. Now, going down to the lower part of this dress, the measurement you have on your hip, that is what you take down to the lower part. The next step is to connect from the upper part to your under bust and connect it down to your waistline to the hip point of your pattern from the waistline. After you're done connecting that, you also want to go ahead to extend this all the way to the lower part of your pattern. After you're done cutting this, your pattern is ready, and I'll go ahead to use my marker to outline. So I'll be using one pattern to cut both the front at the back and the back, because the pattern in front and the pattern at the back is similar. So now you want to go ahead and adjust the neckline of this dress to suit the neckline you have on the picture. So from the outer part of my neckline, from the armhole, I'll measure 3 inches and I'll go ahead to connect. Go ahead to reconnect it to the main neckline, and when you're reconnecting it, make sure that you have like a slight curve at that point. So I'll just go ahead and cut that part out because I don't need it again. So now we are going to draw out the curve from the waistline. So whatever you're doing to this front part, that is also what you do for your back pattern. Now I'll just go ahead and connect from the waistline, and I'll extend this all the way to the center part of the pattern, and I'll go ahead to extend this all the way to the center part, leading to the end of the pattern paper or fabric if you're using a fabric to cut yours. So this is what I have, and I will go ahead to cut this. So I have a similar dress on my sewing channel, so it can also serve as a guide to help you on how to make this dress. The only difference is that other dress is shorter and this one is a bit longer. It's just the length that is the difference. So you can just go ahead and check my other YouTube channel at Marquis Closet, how to make a dress with side gathers. So I'll just go ahead and I will cut this out. So at this point also, if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and also leave your comments at the comment section. So if you also want to join our group, go ahead and indicate at the comment section. So this is what I have now. So for the side, I'm going to cut this out. So just like I said, whatever you're doing for this pattern is also what you do for the front. So I'll be using one pattern to cut out the front and the back pattern. So after I'm done cutting this out, I'll go ahead to slash out the side that I'm cutting out now. So you're going to divide this into different pieces. You're just going to go ahead to divide it, because you're going to be using a slash and spread method to achieve the side of this dress. Just like I said, a video from my other channel can serve as a guide for you to also make this dress. If you don't know how to place the side pattern of the dress, you can go ahead and check out how to do that on my other channel, which is Marquis Closet. So after this, I'll go in and label this. This is the center and this is the side. So it's very important for you to note this when you're cutting your dress, because when you're placing your pattern, the part that has side, which is the hip, is supposed to meet each other at the side. So I'll also go ahead and label this so that I don't misplace this. So you are going to use this pattern to cut out another pattern for the back pattern. So this pattern is supposed to be 2 together. So for the back, just like I said, the back and the front of this dress is similar. So you'll be using this same pattern that you cut out for the front for the back pattern. The only difference is that you're going to add a zipper allowance in front, and you're also just going to sew up the dart, so the dart does not cut across. So before cutting out, I added a zipper allowance in front, and I used 2 inches for the zipper allowance. Go in by ½ inch on the waistline, and you're going to extend this all the way to the lower part and extend it to the upper part to get rid of the bulginess at the back of the dress. So you're going to actually do this after you're done cutting the front pattern, and you're going to add a zipper allowance to your front pattern to create the back pattern of the dress, because it is similar. The back and the front is the same thing. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out, and now this will be serving also at the as the back pattern. If I fold in the zipper allowance, it will serve as the front pattern of the dress. So if you find this tutorial very interesting and educative, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and join us in our next video. Thanks.